Alright, here we go. Hopefully everything's set up. My seat actually looks like it's really low. Let me fix that. There we go. That should be a bit better. How's it going, everyone? Been a while since I've done a YouTube stream, but I figured tomorrow for the actual war table, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stream it on YouTube. I sometimes stream them on Twitch, and it's fun because there's a lot more you can do live on Twitch, but kind of my audience comes from YouTube, really, so there'll hopefully be more people, which makes it more interesting, and it's going to be pretty awesome. But for tonight, I've got back into, I've been growing a beard since lockdown. Had to do it. Shaved the head as well, but it's grown in a bit now. But for tonight, we're going to be doing a bit of farming on 4, because I've never really got that good gear on them, but recently, I kind of hadn't played the game much, but recently I'm getting back into the swing yet for Hawkeye, and I'm actually finding I'm really quite enjoying it. So we're just going to do a bit of farming on 4. I might jump over on some other heroes, because you've got the recent changes to the Elite Heroic Hives. It's the last man standing. That down. Let me know how the volume sounds. I've been playing around with a fair amount of settings. I might do some last Avengers standing as well, because that was recently buffed. It's a hard question to answer, to be honest, because money's completely subjective. £60 to one person might be their money for games for half a year. To another person, they might buy multiple games a year. So it really is subjective in that regard. But if you're a big Marvel fan, you're still going to get a lot of hours out of it. Is there an echo in the audio? Just the in-game audio, yeah. I can hopefully fix that relatively easy. So let's see, that should be... I'll try one or two things. We'll get it right. It might take a bit of messing about. I actually had my microphone on in that. We'll try this. All the audio might be off now. If it is, let me know. And then I'll go back into what I was saying in a minute once we figure this out. I think all audio will probably be off now. Apart from voice, of course. Let me know, and then I'll look to adjust it and bring a few things up one at a time, so we hopefully get only one instance of it. But I'd say the game's worthwhile. I've got a couple hundred hours out of it. Of course, a big part of that's the fact I'm a content creator, so I need to play the game to create content. But if you're a big Marvel fan, you've got various free updates coming, so I think we're all but guaranteed at a bare minimum. You've got Hawkeye, of course, and then you'll have Black Panther, and then you'll have Spider-Man. Is it fine now? Can you actually hear the game now as well? Hey Sean, how's it going? I can't actually hear the game, which is quite annoying at my end now, if that's the case. Seems fine. I'm going to play around with a little bit. Hey Butcher, how's it going? Because I can't hear the sound, and the reason I'm really doing this tonight is so we can have the war table tomorrow on YouTube. I'll do a live reaction to it, and I'm going to have to hear sound for that. Yeah, I'm hoping, well, talking about sale, I was about to say I'm hoping there'll be a sale on costumes soon. We normally do this just before a new hero comes out, so you can hear the game. In-game audio is a bit on the quiet side. Right, give me a second here. Turn this back on, and then I believe, so we've got desktop audio, and we've got the game capture, so I'm going to try disabling desktop audio first. Let me know if you can still hear the game and that's the echo away. Yeah, as I say Jeff, at a bare minimum we're going to get Hawkeye, Black Panther and Spider-Man. So how many would that be? We've got 7 characters at the moment. A bare minimum, let's just say the game goes down after that, we'd still have 10 characters, and the characters play exceptionally well. That's worst case scenario. Hopefully, oops, let's just take some of these out first if we can, or stun them. Hopefully, if the game can kind of pull it back a bit, then this year we could be looking at other characters. We could be looking at, I think the way it's looking at from data mine would be Hawkeye, then it would be Black Panther, then She-Hulk, Winter Soldier, and then I think potentially Captain Marvel after that. Hey Bumfood, how's it going? Love the name. But yeah, so that's the audio fine now, and there's only one instance of it then, yeah. Let's see what we're
by the power of thunder! By the power of the All-Father!
So this isn't me showing off like high level gameplay, look at me, I'm so good or anything like that. This is just chilling a bit, having a chat, and figuring out some stream settings for tomorrow for the Hawkeye war table. Let me just catch up on chat here. Vision and Scarlet Witch, we haven't really heard anything about them at all. I imagine they could be, no more echo, awesome. I imagine they could be, I don't know, like this is season 1 we're getting. In fact, no, season 1 is, I don't know what does season 1 actually cover when I think about it. I don't think they've actually said what it runs up to. I'm not sure if season 1 would run up to potentially past Black Panther and into Captain Marvel and so on. But I imagine the likes of Scarlet Witch and Vision would be again, if the game's still around, would be next year, the year after probably. A big Mystic expansion, that'd be pretty awesome. Build videos are still relevant, yep, they certainly are. There's some slight tweaks that I would make to them. And I was actually thinking of doing a new series where I go back and I'll look at all the heroes again, like a retrospective, because since I have done the build videos on most of them, it was about 4 or 5 months ago, so I have learned a fair amount in that time. Lots of little small things, nothing that's going to really make the build completely transform, but small changes that make it more efficient. Hey Winter, how's it going? Let me set up another level before I have a drink. So, for anyone that's playing at the moment and they're unsure about the whole challenge difficulty, if you've not seen the video I put up, this is how you can still do challenge difficulty 4. Which gives you slightly more currency and chest, but that's it. But seeing as I'm farming Snowy Tundra at the moment, it's worthwhile doing. So you go into Kate's mission, you set it up, go back here. Yeah. Marvel Heroes was just a disaster. I was so excited when I heard when it was coming to console and I was covering it. I was like, awesome, this is going to be my big break, and after 5 months it got shut down. What the hell, that was bad luck. But now, you'll see in a second, if we go back to Snowy Tundra, you'll see that difficulty wise, there we go, so on challenge 4, even though that's normally locked. So that'll give us slightly more currency when we're opening up the chests. You go from 10 upgrade modules to 15. I'm trying to max them all out for Clint, but let me just check through the messages again here. Stormbreaker, I used to stream now and again on YouTube, but it was very much a rare occurrence. But
AIM appears to
might
be
do,
in the area, likely seeking the same thing.
I'm not going to make any promises, but I might do a little one now and again just for a bit of fun. Let's see. Hydra is the next faction they could be interesting. I think we'll probably have the Kree role as the next faction, won't we? We'll have AIM, then Kree, then maybe Hydra after that. Hey Harry, how's it going, mate? Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm the same, Johnny, in regards to the game properly starting once Clint comes out. Like, I don't really like farming for loot in the game at the moment because it's really underwhelming, but Clint is a character that I'll farm away on endlessly, even when the loot's not that rewarding at the moment.
I don't have the exact location of the vault. Your signal detector should pick up a
Each
shield
character most
frequency when
definitely
you get
has a
close to
unique
its location.
playstyle, Brian. Definitely.
Scout out the area ahead of you.
So that's one of the big strengths. There's a lot wrong with the game, but when it comes to the actual characters and how they play and how they feel, they nailed it for every single character. Every character feels and plays exactly how they should. Well, saying that, with the exception of Kate, I think in order to make Kate stand out from Hawkeye, they went a bit overboard with how OP she is with the tachyon teleporting and so on. I don't actually like it. Like, from a gameplay perspective, it's fun, but I think they just made it a bit too powerful and maybe lost part of what she should be as a character. Because that's the whole thing about Hawkeye and Kate, is they're just normal characters with bows. You've got that whole scene from Age of Ultron where he says that, and with Kate, I've mentioned it before, with Kate they kind of made her like mix of Psylocke and Nightcrawler. It was a bit too much. But that's my kind of boring perspective from a kind of, I don't know, a game, looking at it from a gameplay perspective, where I do focus on balance quite a lot because I'm more of a guide guy, so I like to see things balanced.
One of
And
our
that went out the
shield
window when they
allies
designed
nearby
Kate.
could use
It
some
really
help.
just did make her absolutely insane. Yeah, in time you could get the secret invasion as well. There's so much they could do with it, really, isn't there, when you think how big the Marvel universe is, and we're just scratching the surface here with AIM and some robots. There's a whole lot more than that we could get. The Kree would be pretty awesome because you would see Ronan, you would see the big Kree sentries, and that would have to really be tied in with Captain Marvel getting introduced, so that would be pretty awesome. Civilians and outposts from that gift, I think, honestly, it was just created, although then again, would they create a scene and put people in it specifically just for a GIF? Maybe not. I don't know when I think about it now.
Look for a chest containing special resources nearby.
Civilians in game, I suppose, would just be running away screaming, wouldn't they, all the time with everything that's going on. Would maybe make the levels feel a little bit less lifeless. Hopefully we do get that then. It's something, it's not going to be game changing, but all these little things add up, don't they? If they add that into levels, especially the city ones. But I suppose they slightly get away with it with the fact that they're making it appear as if there's a quarantine in place. I'm really not concentrating on what I'm doing on screen at all here. I've done the Snowy Tundra so many times, I'm just mindlessly going through it, trying to get some gear for 4. If anyone wants me to show off current builds I've got and characters and talk a little bit about the gear with them, I'm happy to do that as well. I actually enjoy doing that more than playing the game when I'm streaming. I like bringing up a character and running over my current gear and talking about what I'm looking for and why I'm looking for it. Let's head down here. Graphics in PC look incredible.
There's a chest with gear
I
close
originally
by.
had it on PC and PlayStation, but with a whole Spider-Man exclusivity. And the fact I would have to do videos on Spider-Man, unfortunately, it kind of forced my hand and I had to get it on PlayStation. This is PlayStation 5 at the moment, so the graphics are the same, but it runs a lot smoother than PlayStation 4. But on PC it looks, yeah, it looks absolutely amazing. Almost looks like a different game, it looks that good. It really does look amazing. I know that talking about the future of the game, I know that Square Enix are actually working on a Guardians of the Galaxy game, but I would love to see the Guardians of the Galaxy in this. Imagine with the playstyles and how good the characters are in this, having Star-Lord and Gamora and so on, how good they would actually play, it'd be amazing. Regarding MCU skins, Jeff, there has been talk by the developers in stream where they said they're very, what is it, I think they said the word strong about 3 times, we're very strongly looking into this. It's too much of a missed opportunity not to do it. I don't want them to go changing the faces on the characters or anything like that, but just the styles from the MCU would be pretty awesome to get. I don't think they could probably get the licenses to use the faces from the MCU either, and it would be too jarring to have to keep them the same. Let's fly around the back here. Yep. I was curious what it would do if I pressed the heavy attack button when I was flying, so that's what happens.
Open the Bifrost!
Oh, and I can't get up here now. I've seen a developer talk about this before, which is quite funny. Now you need to use the Bifrost to essentially go upstairs and so on.
On the Bifrost!
Completely wasted for that reason. I think it caused too many bugs when it could go up to different platforms. So that's the reason you have to go upstairs even though you're channeling the Bifrost. So right, let me open this last door and get into a loading screen, then I'll catch up on the chat again. Go. Let's just go for this. Then hit this here. I'm not really looking at what I'm getting, I'll check it once we're out. So that's us. Now let's quit out. There's no point in finishing it off. I'm not looking for anything at the end. Actually talking about the fact that Square Enix are working on a Guardians of the Galaxy game, for me that's a really good thing for this game, because if they've got this license for other Marvel games, let's just say they completely drop this game, that's going to kill the next Marvel game that they actually make. So in a way they need this to be successful for the next game to be successful. So hopefully for that reason it's actually going to help the game out. Not on PC, just on PlayStation 5. So graphics are just the same, but it's nice and smooth. So let's just do this. Hey Rafa, how's it going? All the way in Brazil to Scotland. Right, come on. So what I'm doing here, if anyone is actually unsure, they've removed the ability to do challenge level 4, but there's a little workaround. You do this, click on this here, and we go back here, and it means we can do the Snowy Tundra on challenge difficulty 4, which gives us more units and more upgrade modules. Let's just click on this, and that's us. I can switch characters as well if anyone wants to see anything different, so we're not just doing the same stuff all the time tonight. I won't do the vault the whole night. Maybe switch to
Greetings,
Kate or
Avengers.
something for a spot of farming.
Resistance intel has identified the location of another shield vault.
I do believe actually I
Aim
need
appears
the
to be in the area,
Agent's
likely
charm on
seeking
her
the same thing.
with the
Find the
Berserker
vault
buff.
and recover its resources
So we need to do
before
your
our
hives
enemies
for
have a
that.
chance to find it.
Maybe do some of them. Everyone excited for the Hawkeye War Table then tomorrow? What do you think we'll see? I reckon we should see, with Kate they showed us Hawkeye, they showed us what was happening next in the story, so I reckon they'll show Black Panther, which is going to be huge, because they've still not officially 100% confirmed it. It's going to be absolutely massive if they can reveal him. And if they reveal him, they might reveal how he'll look on next-gen consoles.
I don't have
they're
the
going to
exact
reveal
location of the vault.
the next-gen
Your
versions
signal
as well,
detector
so
should
we
pick
could
up a
see
shield
Wakanda and all
frequency
its
when you get close to
shiny
its
glory
location.
tomorrow, potentially.
Scout out the area ahead of you to locate it.
Let's just fire this off here.
Proceed to the designated location.
That's pretty impressive,
Look
mate.
for a chest with
I
gear
probably don't think
nearby.
I've got that many, because a lot of times I sit down and I find that I'm wanting to actually play it, and then I'll run the Snowy Tundra Vault once or so on, and I'll get a ton of blues, and I'll just think I can't be bored with this and give up. I'm doing alright tonight, but you can see there's still a few blues in there. Appreciate that, Cloud. Seems to be a love-hate thing, so good to hear you like it. Let's go a bit further here before we start a little clear out.
Search through.
Well, I think they've got
There is an elite
with Kate,
AIM unit
she's
near
got her
Defeat them, and you may
she's
gain
got her
something
mobility,
useful.
so that is a huge part of her kit, and she really lacks any kind of status effects. She really struggles. She's got nothing inherent in them at all. Whereas Clint, I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed he'll have shock arrows. Let me just actually remove this first. So that's one status effect he's got. Where is this? Where's he went to? Up there. But I reckon what they'll do to differentiate them, first we've got the fact that Kate's got all that mobility. Whoops. Oh Jesus, I don't mean to do this. It's really hard to play and chat at the same time. Give me a second here. These guys are really dangerous, they're probably the worst ones in the game. Okay, what will we do on them? Let's go for this. Well, somebody else took it out there. No worries, catch you later, Sesh. So what was I actually saying?
One of our
Differences
shield allies
between
nearby
Kate and
could use
Clint.
some help.
So you've got the mobility that Kate's got, you've got the fact she's severely lacking in status
There's a
effects,
chest with
so that's
gear
something
close
that,
by.
by the looks of it, Clint's going to have, and I'm hoping essentially he's got access to just about all the statuses in the game via his arrows. That would be a great way to differentiate him, and it would mean when it comes to gearing him as well, you don't have to use so much of your gear allowance. You've only got 4 slots, you don't have to use so much of that on trying to find gear that's got certain elements on it, just have it baked into his kit. That would be awesome. That's the dream for me, so fingers crossed that's what they're going to do to differentiate the two. I think they're possibly going to go down that route, and that's
Fury
why
didn't mark this shield
Kate
vault
is
on any
oddly
official
lacking so
maps.
much. Any
The
kind
only
of
way to
status
find them
effects,
is by
because she's
using
got
the
0.
signal
She's not got
detector.
any built into her kit at all, which seems strange for someone that would use trick style arrows. That's what I'm hoping for. We're going to find out tomorrow. I can't believe it's here already. It's been a long time coming, but since they announced
There is
the
a
war
chest
table,
with special
it feels like it's
resources
coming
close
pretty
to your
quick.
location.
Tachyon gear, Harry. Yeah, they definitely done something with the drop rates. I remember when the rifts first came out, and I think it was possibly even the first 2 nights or something, I got an exotic in both of my first runs for the day, and then since then it's just garbage, the drop rates. I don't even run it. They're too frustrating for the fact you're potentially not going to walk away with anything. Tachyon's absolutely awesome, but it's just not worth the frustration. Does anyone want me to jump on to a different character after this run in the vault? I've got them all geared and levelled.
If you want to find the location of the vault, You should scout the nearby area.
Better actually check gear because it's going to start going to the locker and then it's a bit of a pain to access. So let me see. Come on. So proficiency might resolve. No, I'm going for Valor on 4 because characters have different multipliers for stats. Well, they don't have different multipliers for stats. They've all got set multipliers for stats. The one exception is 4, where let's just say for example, I think it's roundabout. Generally characters for every 1 Valor will equate to 6 heroic effectiveness, whereas on 4 it's 16 heroic effectiveness. That's why Valor works so much better on him. And yeah, I can show off Hulk. Don't have a really proper build going on at the moment for him. He's the only character I've not done a build video for. So, but I can show you off what I'm running with on him. So let's see, that's got the Cosmic Surge buff. Nah, not that good. Don't need Resilience. Don't need this here. First off I'm looking for stats. I'm looking for Resolve, Might and Valor on him. If the gear's got them, then I'll look a bit further into them, but there's nothing down here. Let's see, no, getting rid of this. Getting rid of this. Valor really is the way to go on for. Guinea pig's having a bit of a fight, if you wonder what that noise was there. Let's see. That's fine. For Hulk, I would go for Resolve and Might, really. You get some proficiency as well, of course. And you're not doing too many statuses on him, so get your... what's it called again? Get your intensity up to about 40. That seems to be a good area. So as little as 40 intensity gives you can see at the moment, you're getting around about 45% stun status meter damage increase, and status resistance is 25%. So for Hulk anyway, in fact Valor as well, works great in Hulk. And you've not got it doesn't multiply, but you've just got the fact that Hulk's ultimate abilities, his heroics, are absolutely incredible, and you've got the whole setup you can do where he uses his thunderclap and you'll get a lot of your heroic energy back and then you can just use it again. So for Hulk I would say Might, Valor, Resolve would be your 3 core stats. This is how you've got all these people that are one-shot an Abomination with Hulk. They'll be stacking their Valor and they're going in with Thunderclap and the Nornstone, getting all their buffs up and then just absolutely smashing them. This is Might, Valor, Intensity. No. The piece I've got on at the moment has got the... should have, if it shows right. Yeah, it's got the damage buff and it's got Resolve and Might. So that's what I'm using for now. Valor and Might, that's decent, but nothing else doing on it. You want a reactive buff. Reactive buffs are amazing because they trigger when you take damage. So if you're a melee character, like Hulk especially, the reactive buff will be up with really high uptime. So this one here is the defense buff. Stats aren't any good. But on your melee characters, look for something like your damage or your defense buff on the reactive one, and your uptime will be awesome on it. Let's see what's happening here. No, nothing happening there either. Almost cleared out, and then we'll do a run through of a level with Hulk. I'll quickly check my infographics and see if there's any gear I need for him for running any specific levels. Let's see, no, that's not any good. Might and Valor, so it could be decent. Takedowns give a damage buff. Nah, not that good. Not that good. Nope. And a nope. So that's us. Let's just quickly finish off this level. So where are we? We fly over here.
There, up ahead.
Specifically for I'm looking for Valor, Might and Resolve. When it comes to, you need some kind of survivability on characters, so your 2 options really, you've got the defense buff of course, but from a stat perspective you've got Resolve and Resilience. At the moment, the way the stats work in game, you're better sticking Resolve. You get more from it than you would from stacking Resilience, which is your damage reduction, essentially. So if you're looking for a defensive stat, which you're going to need it in characters, a lot of people are going glass cannon at the moment and they're running Hulks. They've got like 400 Valor, but they've only got like 6 pips on the health bar, so when the cloning lab comes out, those Hulk characters, they might be able to take down the odd boss nice and quick, but you're going to be having to res them all the time. So I would say a defensive stat, and the best defensive stat is resolve. It has to be a core part of your kit. You should always be looking to get that on every piece, along with your core damage stat, which will either be precision, might, or proficiency. There ain't no precision, might, or valor. And then you're looking to pick up a small bit of intensity and some proficiency along the way as well. Let's just open this one here, see if we get anything good. The DNA chests are slightly better with the Christmas patch, but they could still do with being better than they actually are. Let's just head down here a second. There we go, I need to nail that landing. Right, so we'll quit out, check my gear, change to Hulk. Yeah, the exotic pieces are really annoying. It's just there's so many of them you can't use. If you want to use certain exotic pieces like slots 1, 3 and 4 on a range build, you're not getting precision. You're stuck with what might is on 1 and 4, and then the third one is purely defensive. That's maybe fine, but might being on 1 and 4, it's annoying, definitely. No worries, mate. They should have... If they're going to might, fair enough, might being on a melee piece, precision being on a range piece, but having might also on the heroic piece, the slot 4, doesn't make sense. If you're going to put a damage stat on it, put might and precision on it as well there, so that you can run either build with it. But ideally in time I would like some kind of crafting station where we could either change your perks or change your stats. Possibly the stats. Let's see if you could even... So let's say you get an item that drops and it's got 3 perks that are great, but 2 of the 3 of the stats on it aren't good. Allow us to reroll one of these stats. Allow us to change might to... So let's say, perfect example, you've got your exotic that drops. Allow us to change one of the stats on that, so we can choose to change the might into precision, and suddenly you're opening up so many build options. And you're not adding another layer of RNG by making the item drop with either might or precision. You're giving players kind of agency over choosing what they want. That's what we really need. But let's see. Let me open this up. So Valor and Resolve, so it's worth looking at, but overall, no, nothing doing. The important thing with knowing what stats you're looking for as well is it makes it nice and easy. If you're picking up a lot of gear, you can look at it really quickly and say, this is going to be good or it's not going to be good. Allows you to just get rid of it and get back to farming even quicker. Hey Valley, how's it going, mate? Long time no see. Hope everything's gone well with you. Still covering the old Strike Force. I just had enough. I couldn't face logging into it at all, even for a couple hours each day. I really couldn't, never mind doing content for it. So let's see. Let's just ditch this as well. And then we're going to change over to Hulk, which is quite appropriate because Valley's here. Big Hulk fan. Let's see. Anyone that doesn't know, Valley covers Marvel Strike Force as well. Yeah. But I say as well, I don't do it anymore. So here we go. We've got Hulk here on the go. We'll stick with this costume for now. Level wise, let me very quickly check my infographics. I want to see if there's any decent Hulk gear that I'm actually looking for at the moment. So what have we got? Anything good from the Heroic Hive? No, there's not really. Let's see what your regular hives are. Maybe I might set some overlays for these for future, so I can bring up the infographics I'm looking at. That's probably a good idea. I'll do that for future. Nah, there's really not that good gear for him that I'm seeing here anyway. What will we do? Let's do... you can get the Jarvis barrier now in the Elite Heroic Hive, so it's a bit on the longer side. It is like an hour to do, but let's jump in and we'll do that, if I can remember where it actually is. Yep, here we go. This is the one here. I think with tomorrow's war table we
This will be a rewarding
I'm pretty
but
certain
grueling mission.
we'll
All our
see
efforts against AIM have
some
led
stuff
us
for
to
Black
this
Panther,
point.
which is going to be really good.
Our best chance for
Hopefully get
success
people a bit
will
more
be to have
excited again.
Avengers ready to step in should a
But
teammate
yeah,
become
like, when the
incapacitated.
hell are these cloning labs and mega level threats coming? It's been a long time, isn't it? It's supposed to come a few weeks after launch, so about 5 months or so we've been
Uploading
waiting
the
on them.
entrance's coordinates to your HUD.
Crispin just above you, Jeff, in the comments is the king of Jarvis barriers. He posted a screenshot on Discord the other day of all these 4 characters with the Jarvis barrier active, so he's now known as the
I've marked
Beekeeper.
the Hive's entry terminal on
That's
your
quite
HUD.
funny. Right, here we go. It's been an absolute age since I've played as Hulk. Maybe a month or something like that, so just to warn you in advance.
Access that terminal.
I don't think I've even got much going on for him at all. Let's have a look. Nah, he's not looking great at all. Should be able to get me through this, but it's a great character as well. There's a lot more I want to do here. I want to actually do Bone Shaker, because then I don't get staggered and I can press the switch. There we go, I managed to get it, I hope. And then
All elevators have been accessed.
so this is when I was talking about Hulk earlier on, how Valor can be nice on him. If you use the Ring of Nibelung and you use your Thunderclap and defeat enemies, you can basically get your Thunderclap back straight away. No worries, Shaylan? Something a bit different. Mainly streaming because tomorrow we've got the war table and I wanted to stream it on
ready
YouTube
for
rather
anything.
than Twitch. There's that Jarvis barrier visual. It's just over the top. It's just too much. They need to change it. Look at that. It just looks silly.
Head for the
Right.
location on your HUD.
So you can see though, I used the Thunderclap at the end of that stage and I've got it back already. So I think actually when I can get
These
into
enemies
farming
must be
again,
defeated.
I will go for a Valor build on Hulk. Right, what are we going for? Any big guys here? No, none big ones. Let's just start off with this. Whoops, put the wrong button there. I don't know, I read something really interesting, Brown, on Reddit today, where someone noticed the fact that when... So they done the war table for Kate, and then exactly 19 days later... I'm trying to think where I'm going with this now, because I'm trying to think how to do it, how to kind of figure it out while I'm playing at the same time. Right, so they done the war table for Kate. Oh, I can't remember what it was. And it was like 19 days later she came out. No, it wasn't that. Right, let me start again. So, Jesus, it's all happening here as well. So what they done is they announced the war table for Kate. Right? So they announced it was coming 19 days before it actually came out. And then, I still don't know where I'm going with this. And then with Clint, they've done something. Oh, Has anyone read that post on Reddit? Because it would suggest that potentially a Hawkeye may come out tomorrow, potentially. If you look at the similarity between the dates with how they've done announcements for Kate and Clint. Somebody help me out and tell me you've read it. Because it sounds like I don't know what I'm on about here. But there's definitely a bit of a coincidence in their dates.
The enemies have been defeated.
Let's see. So I would suggest, I don't know. I know it's a long shot, but who knows? Maybe they could really surprise us tomorrow and go, here you go. Clint's available straight away. I think they need to do that for one of the war tables because the hype would just be absolutely through the roof if they were able to do that.
You lonely by yourself?
Jarvis' voice should be the same as far as I'm aware. That's a very good point about that actually, yep. What would be the point in giving him that emote if he's not out then? I wish I could figure it out. Anyone that's familiar with the dates, help me out with the whole, it was something to do with 19 days between certain announcements or releases, and that kind of lined up for Clint potentially coming out tomorrow as well. Streaming now and again, KD, but nothing major. It's mainly just making sure my setup's all fine for tomorrow. Actually, honestly, not even done much testing on Hulk to figure out what's working and what's not. But there are quite a lot of perks and so on that just don't work as you think they would. Hulk's just an absolute beast. Even if you're not playing the game well, which I'm not doing at the moment, because I'm mainly focusing on chat, you can just smash through stuff. And yet you still have people that say he should be buffed. No, Hulk does not need a buff. Smash out. Nice one. So I'm actually, I would prefer them to keep the next gen update for Wakanda. So that way,
Scientists are safe.
what happens is a lot of people will come back for the next gen update. So what I would rather they done was keep Gear 2.0, keep Black Panther and Wakanda, and keep the next gen versions until the Wakanda expansion, and almost do it like a soft relaunch of the game. And so much of it will be improved. Like, if they were to release the next gen version tomorrow, a lot of people might come back to check it out and they'll go, yeah, it looks shiny, but the game still has exactly the same problems it's had for the past few months. So I honestly hope they delay the next gen release.
I forgot about that. My crochet kicked in last night.
AIM has a server bank nearby.
What are we doing here? Reach the server banks? There is a perk you can choose, so it's slightly easier for Hulk to grab people, but I think it's only like, it's like 15% extra chance or something like that. This is going to be fun, this corridor. Wait, you see this. All the enemies.
AIM will throw everything at you to keep their servers intact. Destroy them all.
I need to get into doing a Valor build on Hulk because shit like this is fun. There we go. And because we have the Ring of Nibelung, Let me see. I can hopefully get Thunderclap close to being back up again. Are we going to get it? Yeah, there we go. It's back up again already, and then just boom again. The higher valor you've got, the more chance you've got of defeating enemies, the more chance you've got of getting... Let's do this. The more chance you've got of getting your Thunderclap back up again. They need cross saves, they need cross platform. There's a game coming out that I'm heavily considering covering on the channel called Outriders. It's just like a 4-player kind of third-person shooting game, a little bit like Borderlands or something potentially. But it looks like the gear and all that, and it looks to be really fun, quite build fine, and maybe a bit like the Division, the fantasy version of that. But that's by Crystal Dynamics, and they've got crossplay on everything. So every platform can play with every platform, and I'm talking Stadia, PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. The fact it's Crystal Dynamics, hopefully they'll look for that for Avengers. That would make a huge difference, like massive difference. You've got the people that are playing in PC that are probably saying right now, should I keep playing this game? Is it going anywhere? Whereas if we could play with people on other platforms, imagine that would really help out. I need to start building Hulk. I forget how fun he is until I actually start playing him again. He does sound like a gorilla though.
Aim server bank is down.
Right, there we go. Cross saves and cross platform though would just be so important, really would. Right, okay, so let's see, I think Crispin's nailed what I was trying to say. Hopefully he has, so I don't look like an idiot. Kate's release was 19 days from confirmation of her release. Hawkeye was announced about 19 days ago, so same time as the announcement for the war table that's coming up. So there you go, that's what the link was.
Head for the location on your HUD.
I can get out properly when I'm trying to play at the same time and figure it all out. But that's what it is there. That small chance, you never know. Maybe we will see Quint tomorrow. If so, I'll need to quickly log into my work laptop and get the rest of the week on holiday. Oof, what's happening here? This is defeat all targets actually. Come on, try and line them up a little bit. I don't know, I would say Hulk is noob friendly because, well, I know you get the people that say he needs a buff, but if I can play him and I'm not even concentrating that much, then he's not too bad in the hands of a noob. Try and grab these guys just because it's fun to smash them.
Moving to range. Pulling the trigger. Flanking, flanking.
The good thing about playing Hulk when you're streaming as well is because he's just all about smashing stuff. Like a character like Black Widow, you need to play gracefully, whereas Hulk can just smash stuff. I love this move because it's got amazing range on it, as you can see there. It's 70,000 and Hulk's not geared at all. He's really not.
Moving in.
Who's next? So I believe that move there, if you use it and you've got high enough valor, I believe you actually rip the dreadnought in half. Never actually seen it myself, but kind of missing chat, but talking about the marketplace, I really am hoping that at the moment it isn't a focus for them. Don't know what's happened here. And I hope they're not actually trying with the marketplace at the moment, because they're thinking, let's actually do a really good marketplace once the game hopefully makes a bit of a comeback. But if at the moment they think they're trying to nail the marketplace, then that really worries me, because they're really not nailing it at all. So yeah, fingers crossed that it's kind of the marketplace is on the back burner and they're going, you know what, we'll come back to that at a later stage and look at it, because it is beyond underwhelming. It really is. I don't see how you could sustain a game based on the current marketplace if it stayed the way it is.
You mind shoving over a bit? I was kidding. Never mind.
An elite AIM
catching up
team
on
is close
chat
by
here.
and on alert. Updating your HUD.
Let's see. There we go, all caught up. Yeah, there is so much potential in the marketplace, isn't there? I think the Silver Centurion costume really showed that. When they
There is
bring
a
out
chest
good
with
combat
gear close
accurate
by.
costumes, people absolutely
Head
eat
for the
them up.
location on your HUD.
So we need more of that. Oh, jeez. I don't even have to take out these guys either. Unfortunately, ignore them, but so maybe I'll try to do a fair amount of times there. Yeah, hopefully it does. Hopefully it gets the time to do that.
One of our shield allies nearby could use some help.
The potential's there. Think of some of the big character names that could come to it and how well they would play with the combat system. Like imagine the Doctor Stranges and Scarlet Witches, how good they would play in this. And they've got the technology there for Doctor Strange and his portals, because Kate uses it
Every
already,
member
so
of the
the
elite
tech
team
is
must be
there.
defeated.
So that makes me slightly encouraged, the fact they've done stuff like that with Kate. I didn't like that she can do these odd things with portals, but it means if they ever brought out Doctor Strange, then the tech's there for some awesome stuff for him to do. Right, let me see, I'm just waiting for these guys to come up here. That's first. No, it didn't work out at all.
One of their agents is down.
Vision could be absolutely awesome in it. He really could. So with Vision you get perks for characters. There you go, nice takedown there. You get perks with characters, so you could
Another
have
agent
like
down.
one setup for them where it could be more about them phasing to actually dodge attacks and so on, and then you could have another setup. Gotta concentrate here. Where he goes more solid to actually just tank the attacks.
Well done. That squad member has been neutralized.
Captain Marvel would be incredible as well. And of
Another
course, she needs to have an
enemy defeated.
ultimate binary mode she goes into and just smashes everything up.
Team are no longer a threat.
There you go. That was pretty sloppy, but I got it done. And she would be a flyer as well. Like, flying characters are just so good. Like, farming on Iron Man and Thor compared to some other characters. Right, let's catch up again here. They could definitely milk the game when it comes to the MCU skins. Big time. There's a lot of money on the table there. People wanting to hand over. I want to support the game, I want it to last, but there's just nothing to buy, really. Hulk's the perfect character, honestly, for streaming. He really is.
These enemies
You
must
just
be
don't
defeated.
have to concentrate at all. Yeah, magic users. We need a supernatural expansion in time. Let's see. Wasn't that good, was it? Nah, I didn't take most of them out. Yeah, magic expansion. Scarlet Witch, Blade. Going up against Dormammu. Really is something if you can get past this initial really rocky start, the potential's there for a special game. It really is. I think if they'd done it right and they kept releasing content, it would be the only game I'd play for the next 10 years if it was done right, if it stayed open that long. But I think it's DC Universe is recently celebrating it's either like 10 years or 12 years, so games can't stay around that long. That would be great. It really would be. A replacement for Marvel Heroes almost. Sailed by a... I have no idea what that is. A Thimble of Winter? We need to explain what that is, wasn't.
The enemies have
Good to
been
see you
defeated.
anyway. I don't think you've ever missed a stream I've done on YouTube, wasn't? You're always there, mate. Yeah, I agree with the more
Aim
bosses,
resistance is
Guns N'
certainly
Roses,
increasing.
definitely we need more villains in the game. Hopefully sooner rather than later they can start to work on the 4 campaign, these iconic missions that heavily hinted at Loki.
AIM has a set of
could really
turbines
do with that.
powering one of their emergency generators. Disable them.
Yeah, fingers crossed, eh? That'll be a nice
You need to
Christmas
access
present
the
at the
terminal
end of the
to
year if
reach
we
the
get the game in a really good state. Ah, okay, that's not good, one of the signs of Ragnarok. We had some awesome
Destroy
snow
the
here in
turbine.
Scotland the other day. So much that I built a big massive snow fort. I messed up, I should have made it an igloo rather than a fort, because I couldn't finish it off because
AIM
I
has sent
completely
forces
done
to
myself
stop you.
in doing it. I spent about 6 hours doing it or something. And then I was just shattered by the end of it, I couldn't finish it. But yeah, we had some wicked snow here as well, it was good fun. Oh, wait a minute. Just seen the name Diamond
That
Dice.
turbine is
I
finished.
thought Diamond Dice
Well
was
done.
on chat for a second there. I think I remember you replying before, Philip, about you and Diamond being his friend. He almost said hi. I'm really not focusing on the game at all here.
You disabled a turbine.
I'll just take this out and then I'll jump back into chat again if need it.
Excellent. Turbine destroyed.
Put my health up using that. I can't even remember. Bloody hell. This is actually what happens when you destroy all these, it just keeps spawning enemies, so if you destroy all 4 of them, this will happen, and I've still got 1 left. And then it gives me a chance to smash everything up. I need to get my blocks back up right now. Yeah, but the base game's there, the combat, the graphics, how it all looks. So you need a marketplace to support the long-term health of the game. But I think before they even think about the marketplace and asking people to stump up money, they need to sort. For me, the biggest thing is the loot. Because you can have a game that's... You have people that will run the same stage in Diablo and all your different games over and over and over, and they don't mind it's the same stage and the same enemies if the loot is interesting. But this game asks us to run the same stages and the same enemies without interesting loot. That just doesn't work. So sort the loot first, and then I think that gives you a lot of time and breathing space to bring in other things. Let's head into this lift.
Looks like we're clear.
Okay, so you get minus 10 degrees in Mississippi, wasn't? It's going to be a shock to your system. We're fine in Scotland when we get cold weather because we're used to it.
An elite AIM team is close by and on alert. Updating your HUD.
An ice storm. Where is it you are again, Crispin? I know you're somewhere that's generally quite warm. Do you get an ice storm? Yeah. Well, with people that are burnt out, like if you're not covering the game, definitely have a break. There's a lot of other really
Every
good
member of
games
the
out
elite
there. Go away and
team
play
must be
them. The game's going to be, it's not always going to be here waiting for you potentially, depending on what happens in the future. But by and large, it's going to be here. So I've been playing a ton of different games recently, actually.
One of their
Finished
agents
Days
is down.
Gone on PS5, absolutely incredible game. One of my probably favourite games of all time. It really was that good. God of War 5 is very good, but I actually
Another
prefer
agent
Days
down.
Gone. What else have I played? I played Soma on PC. It's quite an old game. It's one of these like exploration horror games, and that was
Another enemy
incredible.
defeated.
Story was one of the
Team
best
are no
stories I've
longer a
played in
threat.
any game. So I played a lot of really good ones recently. -40, right? You win, Devon. Is it Antarctica you stay in? Tennessee for Crispin, yeah. That's crazy weather you're getting then. I remember we had,
Do you remember that one
just
time
talking about the
in
cold
Chicago?
temperatures, it was maybe, when was it, right?
Yes, of course.
Probably about 11 years ago in Scotland we had like an
Interact with the
unbelievable
object ahead
cold
of you.
snap, and the wife had to leave the car at work. She had to leave it at work for something like 2 weeks, and what we done is the snow wasn't going away, and we thought we need to go pick up the car. We can't leave it like that, so I'm trying to remember how we got there. I can't even remember how we got there to pick up the car. Maybe got a train,
Aim
I
unit
think.
found
We
your
got a train
location.
along to where our car
must be
roughly
defeated.
was, and then we spent about an hour digging it out, and then it turned out the motor oil or the coolant in the car was actually frozen, so the car just wouldn't start at all. So after an hour digging it out, couldn't get the car to start. Went up to the train station to get the train home, and there was guys on the line with welding masks trying to like weld the lines because they had frozen, and eventually we had to get a taxi home, and the whole way the taxi was going home he had to drive through red lights and so on because the roads were that slippy he couldn't actually stop. So when it came to a red light he would have to just keep going through it but slow down a bit and hope nobody else hit any of us. So that was absolutely horrific. That was about 10 years ago. That's the worst weather we've had. I really am just smashing the buttons here as well. I'm going to say that a few times before anyone criticises me for how bad I'm playing as him. The developers have mentioned with the next gen patch when it comes to the lifts, the fact that basically it's just essential conversations that characters are having that will go on, and then the minute they're finished the lift will open. But if you get just your random conversations, I believe they'll cut off because the loading screens are going to be so quick. It'll be like seconds or something. I'm actually getting through this relatively quickly considering the fact I'm not concentrating at all. We've got a 50% chance of an exotic at the end of it. Not that I don't think I'm looking for an exotic for him anyway, but... Excuse me. Yeah, talking about a reroll system, Godslave. I'm really hoping when we get, like, let's say, it'd be a perfect opportunity to introduce some kind of crafting system with Shuri, and then take some of the RNG out of it, because it's just far too much. Like, you're getting free stats you want, or getting the stats you want, and there's such a large pool of stats, and then getting the perks you want, it's just far too much, and getting the gear piece to drop as well on top of that. Then we need to fill targets here. So with Gear 2.0 I really would like to see crafting, but maybe they'll change the gear so there's not as much RNG that isn't needed. I do like, as much as I've not played it, I like the idea I've heard that Division 2 has, where you have like a perk library, so when you find an item that adds that particular perk and the stats attached to it to a library, and you can put it on gear. I believe that's how it works. I actually really like the idea of that. That would really allow you to customise your characters. Got his build done on Iron Man, nice one. I don't think I've got the build done on any character. Like every character is something I'm looking for. And I'll log on and I'll try farming a bit and I'll get 90% blues and I'm just going, I can't bother doing this as much as I've got a clear goal of where I want to go with this character. I can't be bothered spending so much time on it. Jeez, there's a lot of Adaptoids showing up here. There's 4 of them. There we go, we shrunk them, which means you can now do this. Can I grab another one? Yes, I can! Oh, amazing. Look at that.
The enemy
That was
has been
nice.
defeated.
2 fire adaptoids, 1 in each hand. I should have paused to take a screenshot. I could have actually done that because it's solo. Damn it, I could have got an awesome screenshot there, eh? That would have been brilliant. I'm curious how a grab build would work on Hulk because he's got a lot of perks towards it. It would be interesting. You need your pin so that you can grab your adaptoids and so on. You need to shrink them first. Yeah. Puny God, Puny Adaptoids. Oh, that would have been perfect, wouldn't it?
Okay, you've got a
Could have took a screenshot there holding both of them. Puny Adaptoid, the title of
How
it.
many terriers?
Let's say 5.
How determined are the pigeons?
They're fighting over a meat spot.
If you can gain control of AIM's network temporarily, I can infiltrate their security system.
Yes, I think with the elevator, Devon, it's they wait until the conversation ends if it's like a story conversation, but I believe if it's just the chat that sometimes goes between characters, then it'll just cut off and go on to the next area.
Head for the terminal so I can get you inside the lab.
Can't believe we managed to grab 2 adaptoids there, that was awesome. And I didn't take a screenshot of it. Which was disappointing, but still. Come on. You'll notice with Hulk
AIM's
as well, I've got
network
the
is
damage
equipped with a
buff up,
multi-point
really high
authentication
uptime.
system.
Earlier on in the stream I
need
talked
access
about the
to multiple
reactive buff
terminals.
on
The
melee
more the better.
characters and how quickly or how often it triggers, and that's definitely the case on Hulk. Awesome buff.
AIM will attempt to initiate a
that
shutdown
would actually be
protocol
pretty
if they
cool,
gain
Harry.
access to the terminals.
Here it is here. So, it's for anyone that's unsure. If you're on a melee character, you want to bump their damage up. The top perk, I was about to point to my screen there as if you could see it, obviously you can't, but the top perk is reactive buff. So 14.9% chance taking damage grants a damage buff, and Hulk is taking damage all the time. Oh yeah, I could have done the power attack where you slam them together, the now kiss one, where you just go smash them.
You cannot let
That
them.
would have been good. I don't think there's many times you're going to get the opportunity to have 2 adaptoids shrunk and grab both of them. There's definitely a one-off there, but it'd be fun to have it on stream.
Beginning infiltration.
There we go, managed to nail that landing.
That helps.
He's a
Thank
bit of a
you.
bully, Hulk, when he does stuff like that, isn't he? The war table tomorrow, and our time, I believe, is at 6 o'clock. Yeah, it's 10 a.m, isn't it? Pacific time.
I'm inside AIM
Equates to 6
security
o'clock
system.
UK time. Yeah, reactive buffs are awesome, they really are, aren't they? Makes up for the fact on your melee heroes you don't have the damage buff on melee crit. You've got the reactive one. Now, we've got the Hawkeye war
AIM
table
has
tomorrow.
initiated their shutdown protocol.
Maybe if we're lucky
Beginning
we'll get a Hawkeye,
infiltration.
but it's a long shot, no pun intended.
I'm inside AIM security system.
So I'll be streaming it here on YouTube anyway, that's the reason I'm setting this all up tonight. See how it works.
AIM has initiated their shutdown
I've
protocol.
actually got my Hawkeye t-shirt ready and everything. So you get the white dye on it, that'll be me sorted.
This is gonna hurt.
This might hurt.
Oh, quite lucky, I wasn't looking for it, but I've got the defensive buff on Iron Man reactive. So that's pretty nice, like 60%
The
damage
shutdown protocol is
mitigation.
progressing. That helps, thank you.
I know I'm doing this power
I've
attack a
reached
lot,
AIM
but
security
the way I've got my
network.
gear set up, I think I get, when I'm using rage, I've got close to about 100% chance to crit on it, really high crit chance. Oops, messed up there. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Even if it's something like a week or something like that, Tommy, just none of this, it'll be out in March, crap, another 3 weeks or something. If they go, it's out today, it's out next week, it's out on Friday, then that would be absolutely awesome. That would restore a bit of faith, but if it's going to be out in March,
Not as hard
yeah,
as my skull.
it wouldn't be good.
Head for the location on your HUD.
I'm always, hopes are always
Look
pretty
for
low
a
to be
chest with
honest.
gear nearby.
I'm not a pessimist, but I'm not an optimist, so I would say I'm a realist actually. There we go. So yeah, we'll see what happens. No release date yet for Hawkeye. Half-Breed, still waiting on that.
These enemies must be defeated.
Hope it's not going to be the second of the 9th. Yeah, there we go. That's me got Thunderclap back already. There we go. I really need to do a Valor build on Hulk. That would be fun. I might start farming on him again actually. I was enjoying doing a Valor build on Thor, or working towards it at least, in the last few days. There's Thunderclap ready again already. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we will see stuff about Black Panther, because think back to the Kate Bishop war table, they showed you a fair bit about Hawkeye and the Wasteland, and I think they even, did they show you Maestro in that as well? I think they did they not? Yeah, we need a roadmap soon, don't we? Really? We've been talking about working on it for a long time, but
The enemies have been defeated.
imagine they released a roadmap and it shows you like your Wakanda expansion, and then as rumoured She-Hulk. I'm not that fussed about. Winter Soldier I think could be pretty fun, and then like a Captain Marvel, Spider-Man. Imagine all that in a roadmap. Oh, that would be good.
You okay, big guy?
That's what they need, to be
Ready for
honest.
more? Good.
AIM has a server bank nearby.
So has anyone got a different character they want to see me run next? I'm actually enjoying running Hulk here through this, but if anyone's got a different character they want to see, I've got them all geared out, just let me know. That'd be pretty big if they'd done something like that, 2099 version. Pretty cool, tying it in with the time travel. Who would the villain be? Oh yeah, belly flop. They need to give us the ability to actually remove or untick moves, don't they? So we can get rid of that. It should be a kick. That's what it should be, or a big charged punch.
AIM will
Not
throw
a belly
everything at you
flop,
to
like,
keep their
Jesus.
servers intact. Destroy them all.
I think this is Hulk here, doing stuff like that, not doing belly flops. for a run of 4. Anyone else any other suggestions? Because I suck at 4.
That server has been destroyed.
He's just a complete beast. He really is. That's the thing about this game. If they brought out a Hulk game and he played like he played in this game, you'd be happy. It's the same. If they brought out a Captain America or Iron Man game, you'd be happy with how they played. The fact they've done that for all these characters is like a complete miracle. And then they get silly stuff wrong when getting, which is probably the hardest bit to get right, getting all the characters to play exactly how they should. Kate, I think, feels odd. Right, I was suggesting Kate, okay, right, yeah. I'll happily go on it, but I feel she plays odd anyway. I was talking about that earlier on. I'm not really a fan of what they've done with her. She's really okay, but I think they went a bit overboard with her. Oof, this is going to be fun. Really getting any orbs there. I really need to start doing Hulk again. He is just so much fun.
Excellent. AIM server bank is down.
I suppose it's all about how to, with characters. I think the thing that's put me off with Hulk, if I remember right, with characters are really wanting to combine their positive and negative status effects. So it's just finding a consistent way of doing that with him. Well, if I think about it, he's got a few heroics we can add gamma damage, and then I could get them up quite often with the ring.
We have reached
So-
the hive's final floor.
Maybe I'll go back and look at Hulk and try and get a build on the go for him.
An elite
Probably
AIM
quite
team
like to
is
do
close
Kate.
by
Does
and on
anyone else
alert.
want to see Kate at all?
Updating your HUD.
Saying that, maybe I'll just do 4. I've geared them up a little bit today, so it shouldn't be too bad. See Hawkeye, Black Panther, Spider-Man after him, okay, Captain Marvel, some Dream Heroes, Scarlet Witch, Vision, and Winter Soldier, okay. Have you kind of seen the data mines and so on, Tommy, like what they suggest it would be for releases? Spider-Man's a strange one. They need to release him
member of the
alongside
elite
another
team must
hero,
be defeated.
otherwise if they bring him out and hype him, and then Xbox and PC players, yeah, you're getting nothing. So they really need to bring him out at the same time as another hero, so it's a bonus for PlayStation players, as opposed to kind of kicking the balls to all the other players.
One of their agents is down.
I loved Hulk. Here we go. Pick this up. Never gets old. See, I know we seem like Mockingbird and so on teased, but I honestly think a lot of these names that were teased, maybe Mockingbird and Quake and so on, they were on the basis the developers probably thought this game's going to come out, it's going to be a huge smash, and we're going to have time to stagger our hero releases by bringing out a big name and then maybe bringing out 3 or 4 small names
Another
and
enemy
then a big
defeated.
name. I don't think they have that flexibility anymore. Every character has to be a big hitter. We can't have any, no offence to Kate fans, but we can't have any other characters like that released this early. Let's just say, for example, again, no offence to any of the fans, characters are saying it shouldn't be included, but let's say if next to them we're going to bring out America Chavez because it ties in with a TV programme or something. It's like, no, don't do it. People want Vision, people want Spider-Man, people want Black Panther, they want Scarlet Witch, they want Doctor Strange.
The team are no
And then
longer a
once you've
threat.
established the game and brought it back, then start to bring in those less known characters like Quake, Mockingbird, and so on. That's how I feel about that anyway. Let me know if you think I'm right or wrong, but I really do feel that
Well
every
done,
character
Avengers.
has to be a big
A
name
hearty
for bringing people
congratulations
in.
is in order. I would
Hulk did
high-five you
absolutely
were it
smash
not a
that robot,
digital
didn't he?
construct and
That was good
programmed
fun.
to avoid overly gratuitous displays of emotion.
Cross-platform play they've kind of talked about, but they've never been 100% on it actually happening, so who knows. Right. So we're going to do 4 now, aren't we, I believe? That was fun, that didn't take that long to get through. Right, will we do 4 or will we do Kate Bishop? And I'll do another hive. I'll do that 14 level thing. So 4 or Kate Bishop. Just let me know. See if we can get a few votes here. Yeah, I wouldn't want to deny anyone getting a character they want, but I feel that in the interest of the game actually surviving to a point where people can get these characters, it's important that we just have big names first. And what the heck has happened here? 0 missions? Yeah, that's interesting. Let me look at the gear on Hulk. I actually got an exotic there at the end, didn't I? Did anyone else see that pop? You can see I've got an exotic at the bottom for the ranged piece, which is typical, so it'll have precision on it. It means it can get in the bin. First of all, then Kate. Nobody really knows about the player population on PlayStation, Matthias, because I don't think there's any great way to actually look at it the way you can on Steam. Let's see. Nope. I'll be looking for Might, Valor, Resolve, essentially. Can't believe I've got an exotic, but it's a ranged one. Go for 4, no bother, go for that. Look what I just got. Oh, it makes me so sad. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do with that? I'll keep it because I'm hoping at some point in the future we can maybe dismantle exotics that'll give us special crafting materials or something like that. Valor and Might. Although it doesn't have the damage buff actually. Vision would be so good in a game like this. Because it's hybrid characters when it's ranged and melee, and I think they've struggled doing characters like Hulk. Obviously, you're not going to run a ranged Hulk, but characters like Vision, who would be a good mix of range and melee. Blade's the same. Like, he would be an awesome character, because doing hybrid characters really their speciality. Let's see. I actually got a fair amount of gear there, just nothing that's any good. No, nothing doing. Does anyone remember the best place to actually get your Valor, your triple Valor ISOs? Is that just via the faction vendors again? Because I've been trying to find them recently and I can't remember where I got the first few that I've actually got. I'm going to quickly go to the vendors and I think I need to pick up the dailies. I don't even think I've done that yet. And then after that we'll do Kate and we'll go through, or sorry, do 4 and we'll go through the hive again. Well, 4's nothing special because I'm very much still working on him. I've just decided today actually to go for a Valor build on him. So very much work in progress. Yeah, just the faction fenders I'm thinking of as well. The chance of getting, I don't think you ever really get triple stats out in the wild in the game, do you, at all? Hey Carson, how's it going? We'll quickly check the faction vendors here. Yeah, the vendor was a decent spot. A ranged Hulk. Get out of here. Do you know what I noticed today when you get into Helicarrier and it's Bruce Banner? I think maybe for the fact this still has to be the Hulk, so it brings up his gear, they use the Hulk's kind of skeletal model in a way, because when you look how he runs,
Hey, Banner.
like how he's stooped down, he either looks like Naruto or that's just, it's still the Hulk, but they've changed his skeleton because he runs so weird.
Here's the
Range
info we
4
have.
is really good,
Hopefully it's enough.
especially when you find the whole perk when you throw out Mjolnir and it comes back and it bounces off enemies. And you've got the whole perk as well, where you can get 100% crit when you charge it up. Go back up here, this is a long way for a shortcut. Chests for
Hi, Bruce.
triple ISOs, yeah, they're going to be
You think
exceptionally
this is
rare, aren't they?
doable?
And then a triple ISO Valor one as well. Hey Stephen. I get Valor occasionally from LES, okay, right. That's the one we're doing anyway, so
Can't imagine what that was like.
let's have a look.
Thanks.
Molyneux Sight, that's the one. Yeah,
Seriously?
that's amazing.
You're the best.
Security check. All shields online.
You know, Devon, about the
Let me know when you've finished,
whole
okay?
perk where you can throw out the
Thanks.
hammer and if you charge it up,
This
you
is
get
amazing.
a
I
guaranteed
gotta tell
crit.
Maddie you said yes.
And if you call in
Let me
lightning
know
and
when you've
so on,
finished,
and
okay?
while holding down that
Thanks.
same hat, they'll be guaranteed crits as well.
Seriously?
You know about that, yeah?
You're the best. Glad an Avengers on the case.
I think I've got
This
my
is
alerts
amazing.
on in some
I gotta tell Maddie you said yes.
way here. Let me
We
try and
really
activate
need
them.
this. I'll see you later.
Because it's saying seriously you're the best, which I may have as an alert notification. And I'm hearing it. Which is really confusing me.
So, how's
Confusing me so
this
much I
side of
don't
the
know
cupboard doing?
what the hell I'm doing here. Right. I'm going to quickly check the two faction vendors and see if they've got Valor, because I really want it for Hulk and for Thor. So let's quickly go there.
Expecting an update shortly.
Yeah, that perk's something else, isn't it? It's absolutely amazing. I'm actually using, I'm not using Molyneux Sight, but I'm using that perk on my Thor at the moment because I'm struggling to find a place to get the damage buff on him. So I've actually got damage buff on ranged attack. So when you throw out that hammer and you call in the lightning, you're going to get a ranged crit pretty soon. And that will proc your damage buff for you, so nice way to get it. Oh, Miss Marvel's horrible as range, isn't she? It's the fact you'll sometimes see a switch and you'll try and punch it and it's just slightly out of range. Nah, nothing doing. No,
Really?
garbage.
Nothing?
Let's go to another place here. I've heard range cap damage is through the roof, but it just doesn't seem right playing him as that. For me, it has to be. He should really be a tank, but yeah, I've heard his damage is pretty crazy. I think any build for Thor's good, really, isn't it? Though, if you got a melee build, you got a range build, or you got a Valor build, they're all really good.
Could've used this stuff a week ago. Roger that.
I suppose all the different ticks Thor gets, that would proc pretty often. Nah, garbage. Another precision. Eventually I'll be looking for something like that
Next time, huh?
on Hawkeye. And hopefully the next week or two. But let's change over to 4 and go to Last Avenger Standing. I love Brooklyn Brawler, but it's just such a pity that Brooklyn Brawler doesn't proc the Jarvis barrier, which is such a shame, because Jarvis barrier is great on Cap. It's great on all characters, but I really like it on Cap. And it's annoying, you have to choose one or another really. Do you go for the... Well, I suppose you can get Jarvis barrier through different ways. You can get a reactive one if you get lucky, but Cap's got an exotic that drops from the Mega Hive, I think, and that's got the Jarvis barrier on melee crit, but doesn't work with Brooklyn Brawler, which is annoying. I'll actually quickly show it, because I have got it. Yeah, so you're choosing one or the other. I don't see why it shouldn't work. It's clearly a melee move. But there you go, this here. So, yeah. The stats in it are actually pretty low as well. They should be up in the region of 60s. They shouldn't be down at 40s, so maybe I should just replace that and lose the Jarvis barrier. Let's go for 4. Nice. I'd maybe look into a range cap, because that sounds fun, but I've honestly got so many other characters that I need to get builds on the go for. Right. At the moment it's just a Valor build. I've only really started it today, so I'm going for that. I just need to find a way to get heroic orbs for him a bit quicker than I'm getting him at the moment. Your signature melee attack's pretty good for getting stuns though, so just do them I suppose and then get my heroic orbs that way. And I need to figure out, with people here in chat, if I'm going to go for a Valor build on 4, should I be running the ring so I can get my heroics up quicker, or should I be running the Tacticon because he's got a ton of status effects in his kit? What one would you go for? Don't say the non-stone. Non-stone for me is just really for boss farming. What's Faultless Spark again, Crispin? Is that the invincibility on cap?
This will be a rewarding but grueling mission. All
Jeez,
our
that's a whole
efforts
lot
against
of
AIM
Jarvis
have
banner
led
there,
us to
Devon.
this point. Our best chance for success will be to have Avengers ready to step in should a teammate become
I'm sure
incapacitated.
what I've got on 4 at the moment. Nothing too special. So we've got Valor on this. We've got the melee crit attacks grant the invulnerability buff, so that's pretty nice. And
Uploading the entrance's
light signature
coordinates to
attacks
your
do
HUD.
cryo, so that's nice. That's when he spins the hammer around. That's a signature attack. Recharges heroics off crit. That could actually be nice on 4, couldn't it, I suppose, getting that.
I've marked the
Tactical
Hive's
to
entry
shock
terminal on
damage
your
for
HUD.
Modern Force. It's heroic and then particle on the signature. Okay, yeah, because that's something I'm unsure with as well. Like with 4, you can go for, do you go for hot or cold on his melee attack? Because you can use the Muspelheim ultimate heroic to apply your warm, and then you can apply cold. But a lot of the rest of his kit is cold, so would you say you're better going for a warm status
Hive
effect on his
entrance is
melee
not far.
attacks?
Enemies! They do not stand a chance.
Go with fire. Our Tacticon more raw numbers. The ring more survival
Access
through
that
support
terminal.
heroic. Yep, more heroics in general. I think I'm flying the wrong way, aren't I? Oh. See, so at the moment I'll be using this and I apply fire,
Battle ends here.
and then if I use these, you apply
My wrath!
cold. I suppose it's maybe one of these things that could work either way, eh?
Cannot defeat me. I missed my unity.
Sound to the hammer's awesome, never gets old. Right, here we go.
All elevators have been accessed.
I wish I actually had Kate in my squad. She's not here, is she? No. I noticed at a decent rate she applies the debuff, which is amazing. It's 130% extra damage. So having her as a AI teammate is really nice. The AI teammates I've got are actually pretty pish here. I could do with ideally I'd like Kate and Miss
Be ready
Marvel.
for anything.
I would say they're lock-ins for characters you want as teammates. I want to eat a big juicy turkey leg.
Head for the location on your HUD.
There we go, let's just fly past most of these. Point going to flyer and not taking advantage of it. I'm honest, I've just started gearing for today, KD, so... No, I don't need to do it, but... It's a legendary dropping.
Shall prevail.
Remember in the beta, the first time a legendary dropped, I was really excited. And then I seen the perks on it and I was thinking, that can't be right. You can go melee lasers on Iron Man. That's what Crispin runs. He's hopefully still in chat. I believe he's got a pretty beast melee lasers Iron Man build. Are great for building up status, that you can build it so quick and then you can get a ton of takedowns.
These enemies must be defeated.
You will all kneel, or you will all fall! Another foe vanquished.
Yep, I believe that perk is glitched at the moment, but as far as I'm aware it's been reported directly to the developers as well. You can build up the stun burst so quick when you're using that signature move on 4. Really nice. High crit chance would make sense, wouldn't it? Because of the crit damage you're actually getting. I would really need to have not properly looked at his kit recently. I'd need to look at it again and see what ways he has of proccing, if he's got any ways of getting his crit chance up through his kit. But definitely he can benefit from good crit due to all the valor you're stacking.
Act like cattle, you get the prod.
With the god's might,
Clear them.
my power is unstoppable!
Yeah, my damage could really be much higher than it is. Try to find my damage buff, isn't it? It comes via ranged. I should be activating that if I can. Can we activate it? No. Oh, there we go, we got it. We're gonna get defeated in a second. If I'm playing any character in a stream, probably the last character I would want to play is 4. I've not played them in so long, and I'm working on
The
a build.
enemies have been defeated.
Always got an excuse.
That's all she wrote, kids.
Ah, of course, yeah, you've got that, haven't you? When characters are shocked, you get an additional crit. We don't know how much it is though, do we?
You ever
At
think
all?
you'll go back to New York?
Someday, Donald Blake did a great
Oh, I'll be doing a range build, mate.
Your
100%
alias
has to be.
was
I think I'm actually going to call it, for anyone that
Destroy the
follows
aim
me
power
from Marvel
core.
Heroes, I'm going to call it the Brutally Awesome guide. So a lot of people probably think, what the hell? He's a bit fully himself calling his guide Brutally Awesome, but for old Marvel Heroes players, they'll appreciate that.
We shall triumph over all.
Nice takedown there. They have to take him out there, but
Nighty nights with
next
Use the
Hulk-like
terminal.
character?
I'll get you past security.
She-Hulk. There we go, easy question. Next. I'm sure they will make her with a lot more finesse though, so I don't think they'll be lazy and just make it another Hulk. If they did do She-Hulk, I have confidence they could make her feel different enough to justify bringing her in.
Destroy all the power cores.
finally.
That power
Signature
core
move
is finished.
destroys environments so quick.
Witness my power!
Power core down.
Oh, 2 hits and it's down. What are we going to do here?
Yield to the storm! Farewell.
I was talking about it earlier on, but I'm really hoping they build a lot of inherent status into Clint's kit to differentiate him from Kate. She doesn't have anything at all, which does seem odd for an Archer kind of trick arrow style character. I'm hoping they purposely held it back from her kit for that reason. And then we get some pretty nice damage there when we follow up with the cold attack. I don't actually know who they could have. There's probably there's a ton of characters. Red Hulk. There is a ton of characters that could be like that, big kind of bruiser. Maybe Luke Cage could be a bruiser style character, just smashing stuff up. That could be pretty fun. Whip out the chains and just smash everything up.
Okay, how about where you
Yeah, so Clint's got shock arrows.
Red
Hopefully he's got other elements as well.
We'll
Like, I would love if he's got enough elements so he can.
Head for the
He doesn't have
location
to
on
worry
your
about
HUD.
getting elements in his kit. That would be amazing. No worries, mate. The Archer's charm is absolutely incredible. I think a lot of people are still sleeping on it. They don't realise how good it is. 130% extra damage for all your
These
teammates.
enemies
Like,
must be defeated.
I would say that means when it comes to cloning labs and so on, that the Kate has to be locked into your team. You're going to need one. It's essentially like having another character in your team. I'm just trying to kind of group everyone together here so I can start to use the attacks. I don't think it's really happening. Just spin the hammer in mid-air instead. There's one here. That's weird. How have I got the damage buff? I thought I had it only on ranged attacks. Hercules could fill that kind of mould of a Hulk style character, but again, I just want to see big names for a fair amount of time
By the power of the All-Father!
until the game gets back on track and then start to do your smaller names. One seems strange because he showed up and like you've got the initial image and so on, but then I believe like there's just been nothing else found about him. So I don't know if he's been pushed back. It could actually be pretty fun. He's got the whole chainsaws he kind of uses, at least I know in Marvel Heroes used to use them, so that would be fun for a melee build. You alright there? Hulkbuster. Still going a bit mad. Is that us? No, still one person left. Ah, missed them.
The enemies have been defeated.
I'm pretty sure all characters they do will be great, to be honest. It's the one part they've nailed. Drax, yeah, he'd be awesome actually. Yep. He'd be good at smashing stuff up.
Do you think I should get a cape? No, that's my thing.
Imagine that. 2-3
thought
years time,
hammers-
Guardians of the Galaxy expansion, 4 characters come out. 4?
An
Is
elite
it?
AIM team
Drax,
is
Gamora,
close by and on
Star-Lord,
alert.
Rocket and Groot.
Updating your HUD.
Yeah. 5 technically. Imagine that. With how they play the combat system in this game, that would be good.
They do not stand a chance.
And a few
Every
years
member of
after
the
that,
elite team must be
X-Men
defeated.
expansion, there you go, boom. So much potential. Right, let's see, so what's happening here? A few of these guys, let's go for this. Yeah, Wolverine would be amazing. Big time. So we've got a hot
One
effect,
of their
and we've
agents
got a
is
cold.
down.
Witness my power!
I've got cold on this as well.
Well done. That squad member has been neutralized.
Nice one, mate. Feels like a lifetime ago.
Another enemy defeated.
And I didn't realise when you used the Odin Force, when you don't have your hammer, you actually throw lightning out of your hands, Raiden style. I've never actually noticed that. It's awesome. That could make for some quite nice screenshots. I'm not doing much damage, but that's nice. I wonder if I actually have the reactive damage buff on him. I think I must have that on as well. Very much he's broken.
The team are no longer a threat.
No worries, mate. That's all good. Yep. I don't play in multiplayer often. That's the only thing I would say. But I've got no worries about anyone sending my friends requests or anything like that. So yeah, it's all good, mate. See you tomorrow. Tell Diamond I was asking for him. I was actually doing a little Marvel quiz in the car with the kids the other day because we've been watching a lot of Marvel movies recently, and I was saying like what's for the God of.
Got any plans for Golden Acres
Yeah,
down
is it the
the
God
road?
of Thunder?
You know,
It's
after
the God
dust
of.
settles,
Thinking
Not the God of Thunder, but I'm the God of
turn
Lightning.
it into a bed and breakfast.
Hey,
But
it's
we
my
were doing a
ancestral
little
home.
quiz
Not
with the
having
kids,
na-
and it's
Next
what's
to the location on your HUD.
for the God of. I think one of them answered the God of Hammers.
There is a chest with gear close by.
Oh, I don't need to take these guys out, but look at them all. That's just too tempting not to do something.
Mother obeys me! All power flows through me!
Nice. Buttons
My
for
power
punishment.
is unstoppable!
Who's next?
Catch you later, mate. I don't know much about Hercules at all. My knowledge of Hercules is basically Arnold Schwarzenegger movie from about 30-40 years ago, if not longer. Probably longer. Right, yeah, just ignore these guys. I'm just slowing everything down here by taking them out. There's really no need to do that. I think I would really like a mystical style character that could be good to introduce. Doctor Strange would be perfect, or Wanda would be absolutely great.
These enemies must be defeated.
To battle!
Right, just assault aim forces. You can see all those crits there, that's when you charge that up. It's a perk that I'm pretty sure isn't working correctly. When you charge it up right, you get 100% crit rate on ranged attacks. So look at that. And the follow-up lightning you call in as well.
I'm not
This.
to me!
Apply some warm status here, and then some cold.
Witness my power!
Witness my power indeed. What's this? Jeez. Really getting smashed. Four, and it's absolute shredding here. I'm not even playing that good. He's absolutely demolishing them.
The enemies have been defeated.
Reactive buff, breastplate, that's hopefully, I'll check in a bit, but that will hopefully be damage.
Hey, did AIM ever think about killing me?
Yes. But they decided you were more pathetic alive.
I don't know how I feel about that.
AIM has a server bank
I don't know
nearby.
if you've heard the conversation there with Black Widow and Iron Man. I've never actually heard that one before. That was pretty good. Most of the time Iron Man's annoying, but that was quite funny. How's it going, Raphael?
There they are.
Done
Neutralized.
good. All things aside with how the world's been the last year and a half, I'm still here.
AIM will throw everything at you to keep their
Oh, this is
servers
gonna be
intact.
fun. You ready?
Destroy them all.
Get them down!
Yeah.
All power
Strange.
flows through me!
That server has been destroyed.
Nice little dodge there. Ah, of course they're shielded because I've got cryo at the moment on my light signature attack. That's why I wasn't doing damage there. Be nice on this one, but it wasn't doing much on another one. There we go. Oh, nice dodge. Let's hope I had that one in time there.
The server is down. Well done.
Thunder and lightning!
Let's go for this. Let's have a bit more
Guardians
fun.
of Asgard!
Go for this as well. Oh, jeez. Is that him down? Yeah. Just getting ready for a follow-up attack on him, but didn't need it. Okay, let's go destroy this other computer. That was a good one. Taking a bit longer to get through this than how quickly we got through it on Hulk, but it's still fun.
Know my wrath!
Thanks, pal.
Proc these crits here again.
Excellent. AIM server bank is down.
So does anyone get any good way of getting heroic orbs on for them? Just because obviously his heroics are so important. I know you get takedowns outside of that. I think you can get heroic orbs when you defeat enemies when
AIM
you're
resistance
support.
is certainly
Is
increasing.
that potentially? That could actually be pretty good. I will actually question in the back of that. I've been trying that out actually when I think about it. Using
You
the
can gain
support and then
control
using
of
the
AIM's
assault, but it
network
never drops
temporarily.
orbs. But I don't
I
know
can
if
infiltrate their security system.
the assault doesn't allow you to proc them. I don't know if there's any 4 players that have noticed that. Right, let's head back in anyway.
AIM has arrived. This will take but moments.
Head for the terminal so I can get you inside the lab.
I definitely enjoy it, yeah. I have breaks from it. I don't think it's the kind of game where the state of it at the moment that I could play since September without a break and still enjoy it.
My power is unstoppable.
I've had a quite long break. Probably I had, apart from doing odd daily here and there and odd video, probably had a break of about 2 months or something. But started farming again in anticipation of Clint and I'm really
AIM's
enjoying
network
it.
is equipped with a
Kinda want to
multi-point
do builds now
authentication
for
system. I need
Hulk and
access to
Thor.
multiple terminals. The more the better. AIM will attempt to initiate a shutdown protocol if they gain access to the terminals. You cannot let them.
Yeah, chance. I know it's a chance, but even at that, I'll
Beginning
try and proc it when we've got a lot of enemies. Even with it being a chance, it seemed to be really... Well, I just wasn't getting any dropping, if we quickly look at it here. So, let's see. Alright, so it can still trigger it, 'cause what I'm thinking of using to get my heroic orbs is... Trigger this first, your support. Then enemies defeated while it's active have a 50% chance to drop heroic. So trigger that first and then follow up with your assault. That's my plan. And then hopefully that would give you a lot of heroic orbs, but I've been struggling to see any dropping when I've been doing it.
I'm inside AIM's security system.
We'll hopefully get a nice
AIM is
corridor
trying
here
to
to try
remove
it
me
in.
from their systems. That helps, thank you.
Just playing around there, it was quite fun.
The shutdown protocol is progressing. I'm inside AIM's security system.
Not actually doing, it's really going to help me out. Let's just call this in. This will be a tick on enemies. That'll stop them from
AIM has
capturing.
initiated their shutdown protocol.
Thanks much. Gotta get something off my chest.
Beginning infiltration. The shutdown protocol is progressing. That helps, thank you. AIM has initiated their shutdown protocol.
Yeah, I hardly done the tachyon rifts other than the first few days because the drop rate just gets so low, so I could not be bothered with it at all.
By the power of thunder!
Beginning infiltration.
I feel quite stressful to do them solo as well, then the particular mission you have to do and capturing the zones at the end and so on.
I'm inside AIM's security system. AIM is trying to remove me from their system. That helps, thank you.
Yes, I do, bud.
I've breached AIM's security network.
Not really badly there, but I suppose we got it done. See, the whole thing with running your tachyon rifts as well, let's say you get an exotic, it has to be the right slot, then it has to be the right perks and the right stats. That's just too many layers of RNG for me.
So, this Heimdall guy, he can see everything?
All things in all realms.
I am never going to the bathroom again.
Have you ever mentioned Heimdall before? I don't think.
An elite AIM team
heard
is
them
close
mention
by and
that
on
before.
alert. Updating your HUD.
Seems to be new conversations potentially today that I'm noticing. Oh, getting tired already.
Every member of the elite team must be defeated.
Right, let's see.
Let the heavens rain! Behold, the glory of Asgard!
One of their agents is down.
Right there.
Dare you challenge? Witness my power!
Well done.
Some
that
boss
squad member
damage
has
on
been
him.
neutralized.
Considering I'm still very much gearing them.
Another enemy defeated. team are no longer a threat.
That was easy.
Apparently, that was the last.
During those 5 years, did you ever think you would come back to the Avengers?
I never left.
For that, I am grateful.
Head for the location on your HUD.
Here we go.
Going to and boom!
Defeat all targets again. Didn't notice that. Right, let's see if we can group everyone together here. I don't have my heroics to test it out. Yeah, I've got a perk when you defeat enemies, you get it back quicker. Does that still work? Pretty hard to test. Every so often you get really weird screams from these AIM guys. It's quite funny. Overkill maybe. Oh, I managed to get him. And we're getting all the crits as well, because we timed that perfectly. That was nice, just as he was about to teleport. Right, I'm gonna go for here.
Know my wrath!
Jeez. Sort of shredded that.
That's out!
Appreciate the assist.
Another one of them. See all those crits there? It's nice. So you time that
The enemies have been defeated.
range throw right.
Nice work!
The assault won't drop heroic orbs, but on the assault there is, you get like 5% back. Let's see. Defeating enemies with God Blast refunds 5% of assault heroic energy. The one that gives you your orbs back is defeating enemies whilst this buff is actually up. Cheers, Michael. I don't stream often, so if you join the channel and see me streaming, I stream about once every 6 months or a year or something like that.
Hey, Nat. Thanks
For what?
for not giving up.
I'm not made that way. Neither are you.
An elite AIM team is close by and on alert. Updating your HUD.
None shall defeat the god of thunder.
So hopefully we'll get something decent at the end of this. It's either going to be an exotic or Jarvis barrier now, since they buffed it, which is pretty nice. It doesn't take too long to do either as well, and you can kind of do it on autopilot. I'm able to do it and stream and chat at the same time.
Every member
so
of the elite
it's not
team must be
difficult.
defeated.
Ooh, this is going to be fun. Are we ready?
Open the pipeline!
So we've got. I'm not stuck on this, am I? I'm stuck on it. My word. No, I'm off it. Right. First,
Backup!
we'll off this. And then we will go for this next.
The team are no longer a threat.
Whoa, that's them. that's that stage down. Yeah, it does. I was actually going to ask about that as well. It seems like when you use the multiple charges that it's a huge damage penalty. The damage seems way lower. And it doesn't actually state it should do that, it just states it shouldn't lift them up. But I'm pretty sure I've noticed that as well, the damage is pulled way down.
Avengers were lost.
Let me actually change it and we'll see if we can see if we see a big difference. I know we've not compared damage numbers or anything, but let's see. Where are we? Yeah, right, so go for this one here.
I imagine
So it's just the one charge, but
AIM scientists are fighting AIM forces. They want to defect. Help them.
they actually couldn't they? Most of them are too far away. Yeah, I'm pretty sure damage numbers are higher there. If you do use it with the perk where you get 5% back for enemy defeated, I suppose, it may not take too long to get it. In a minute, you still get... How many charges do you get? It's showing a little dot as if I would have an additional charge here. No, I don't. You still get 2 charges on it, even without it. Missed. Oh, these guys. Where'd they go to? Only enemy in the game that slightly scares me, these ones. Yeah, I don't think I should have 2 charges. It didn't look like it was working anyway. So as much as you've got that damage penalty, it seems like it can take an absolute age to get it back up again. I think I do prefer it with the multiple charges.
The scientists are safe. Sending them pickup coordinates so they can evacuate.
We'll actually put the multiple charges back on again. Where was it we got them again? There we go.
Ever miss the old days, Tony?
Which old days, yours or mine?
Oh, come on, you know what I mean.
Yeah, sometimes. Before A-Day, they felt...
Yep, still on it. I had a break playing it for a good while,
Head for the
to be
location
honest,
on your
but
HUD.
I'm getting back into it with Clint coming out soon, and I'm actually really enjoying it. I think having a good break for a while
Look
has
for a
really
chest
helped, because I
with
was
gear
feeling pretty
nearby.
burnt out on it.
Your defeat was inevitable.
This is one of these ones where I didn't even have to defeat enemies and I've just burned my heroics. Oh well. Almost done. Level 14, this would have been a perfect area for my heroics
These
as
enemies
well.
must be defeated.
Thunder and lightning!
So we'll have a chance to get heroic orbs here. That was from me or another character. Invincibility is nice actually when you don't get knocked out your animations. So that was 40,000 damage we done there, whereas we done 80,000 and we had the single charge on.
Have you met Hulkbuster?
It's probably fair enough, to be honest. The damage gets pulled down as well when you're getting multiple charges of it. Throw that there. Come on. Perhaps 3 times in a row. I'm not having luck throwing mine here at all.
The enemies have been defeated.
Almost done. 2 floors to go.
It's good to see you like this, Tony.
Dressed?
In control. Composed. I was worried about you.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
An elite AIM team is close by and on alert. Updating your HUD.
Try and save up my heroics for the last phase when we go up against Monica.
Every member of the elite team must be defeated.
Oh, jeez, meant to dodge there. Gotta slow it down it. Invincibility. That's one of the takedowns you need to buy, but that was money well spent.
One of their agents is down. Excellent. Another agent down. Well done. That squad member has been neutralized.
Spamming the right signature move a lot, but it's pretty awesome, and it's pretty nice at proccing the invincibility as well, so taking a whole lot of damage.
The team are no longer a threat.
Right, so we go into the last stage with all our wait, with all our heroics. That's nice. I'll finish up after this because it'll be time for that. I want to go to bed. If I'm upstairs streaming, I normally wake her up, so.
We have reached the hive's final floor. An elite AIM team is close by and on alert. Updating your HUD.
Right, so we're just going to go for it here.
Every member of the
Let's
elite
jump right in
team
the
must be
middle.
defeated.
So we'll activate this
On the
first,
fight front! And boom!
and boom. This next.
Wind, blow, lightning.
One of their agents is down. Excellent. Another agent down. Well done. That
Was
squad
that
member
not
has
doing
been
damage
neutralized.
with the takedowns? I didn't even notice. What a shiny piece here.
Tony's back!
Come Come on, am I going to get a takedown? I think I am. Oh yeah, there we go. Do we finish it by takedown? I don't think I've seen a takedown in that before. Hey, how's it going, Tony Stark? Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Hawkeye reveal tomorrow, hopefully Black Panther as well, to be honest. Cheers, mate.
Team are no longer a threat.
I'm actually just finished up now if you've just joined. Let's see what we get. I believe it doesn't show on the end screen, but something will still come up. Yeah, still no replacement for Marvel Heroes yet, sadly.
Well done, Avengers. A hearty
What did we get?
congratulations is in
Right,
order.
so it's not shown,
I
but
would
we would have got
high-five
Jarvis
you
Barrier
were it not
or
a
an
digital
exotic there,
construct and
which should
programmed
be
to
I'm pointing to the
avoid
screen
overly
again.
gratuitous
It should be
displays
just
of
in that little
emotion.
space we had. So let me have a look. Right, it was maybe Jarvis Barrier, the last item we picked up. Yeah. Ah, no, that's garbage. Damn it. That's annoying. Reflexive parrying attacks. I never parry. Whereas I wanted reactive Jarvis Barrier. Let's just quickly go through the gear. Looking for Resolve, Might and Valor. Same as what I'm looking for on Hulk, actually. Get rid of most of it. But that's disappointing. Nothing doing in regards to the Jarvis Barrier or the exotics there. Nice one. We just need some buffs to exotics now as well. No. Let's get rid of a lot of this quickly. If it's not got the stats I'm looking for, I know I can get rid of it. Valor and Might, so nothing else is good on it though, perk wise. I think the fact you can trash so much of the gear so quick for your build really says all you need to know about how much we need a gear rework. Yeah, look at that. Garbage. Nothing doing there. And for the ISOs, level 90 ISO, what? Resilience don't need. Right. So that's us. Let me just go to the next screen to make sure it saves. And then that's us. I'm going to actually wind up there. This is going to be more of just a test stream, to be honest, for tomorrow, where I'll stream the Hawkeye War Table live. I'll do it on YouTube. But in future, generally, if I do streams, the platform for streaming it is better is Twitch. So if you give me a follow on Twitch, because that's the one I stream on more often, but I'll try and do the odd stream on YouTube as well for the YouTube crew. But yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. I might even tidy up my beard a little bit, whatever, we'll see. But I'll see you all tomorrow for the Hawkeye reveal, which should be awesome. So catch you all later. Got a little intro video as well to play us out, so enjoy this. See you all later.
Yeah.